Hi, everyone. Welcome to CNUsports.com. I'm Francis Tomasino as we continue to introduce the 2021 Christopher Newport Athletic Hall of Fame class. We've got 5 members. We've already met one. Last week we met Jalen Brown. And today we're happy to have with us Sabrina Hill from our softball program. Sabrina, from 2012 to 2015, had an illustrious career with the captains and head coach Keith Parr. Sabrina, congratulations. Now you're Sabrina Perry. And congratulations on all you've done since graduating, but also, most of all, congratulations on going into our Hall of Fame.
Thank you.
It has to be a great memory playing softball at Christopher Newport. I know that you were a standout player at first base for 4 years. It was a pleasure watching you. Tell us a little bit about softball. How did you get involved when you were a youngster, and what brought you to want to play softball in college?
So that's a funny story. I actually grew up playing baseball with the boys, and I always said I was going to be the first girl to play, baseball in college or professional or whatever. And then eventually, with as women grow up and boys grow up, things start changing. So I realized I needed to switch over to softball. So I didn't switch over to softball until I was in middle school. That was my first time playing softball. And of course, I love the game. So I just continued to play, and I was pretty good at it. And my love of the game didn't end after high school. So I knew I wanted to play in college. And I found CNU, and I was like, I really want to go there. It's a beautiful campus. It has a great program. It's somewhat local. So I reached out, and that was all they wrote. That was the end of the story.
Well, I'll tell you, you came out of Stafford, and you played in high school at Mountain View High School. Were you a big power hitter when you were in high school?
I was, but the problem was our field was huge compared to what we have in school. Like, I think our field was around 260 with like a 20 foot, maybe not 20 foot, maybe like a 15-foot fence. So hitting home runs there was a lot more difficult than hitting like home runs or things like that in a 200-foot field. So, yes, I was a power hitter, but I definitely didn't have the same statistics as I did at CNU.
Well, as you started your career at Christopher Newport, very clearly you became a mainstay in the lineup with power hitting, and you ended up with 40 home runs in your career. And tell us a little bit about the transition from going from high school softball to playing here at the collegiate level.
I knew it was going to be a lot more difficult. I had to fight for my position, but I also I knew I had to work hard. So I just put in the extra effort, the extra time. I really took every practice, workout, everything super serious, and just try to better myself. I always try to stay after if I could. I'd have Keith pitch BP to me. So anything to make me better, and it worked. It worked in my favor.
Keith Parr is a very, very successful coach, and you were a part of 4 great teams while you were here at Christopher Newport. Tell me a little bit about the team and some of the players that you really learned from and picked things up from as you came into college.
So I played with a lot of great players. I mean, there's so many I played with. I'm gonna miss people. I played with Jen Phelan. I played with Chelsea Mitchell, Christina, Kelly Fote, Whitney, Krista, Mel, and that was a lot of the pitchers. I had Lauren Stewart. I mean, there's just so many players, and I mean, even the younger ones, Tori and Caitlin, and people that were willing to put in the extra time with me. Those are the moments I cherish the most. Just being able to see a good example from a lot of those people, that kind of paved the way for me. I was like, if I really want to be successful, this is what I need to do. And I just kind of built off of them into my own mindset, and I try to transition that into the younger girls.
Well, you were a great leader on the team, and many of your records still stand to this day. I thought I'd mention that you still have the most RBIs in program history with 384. You lead the program in hits, career hits, with 223, most total bases, 384, and you're second in all-time home runs with 40, and a two-time All-American and a three-time Conference Player of the Year. Those are some tremendous credentials, and I know you're very humble and you give your teammates and your coaches credit, but you really, as time went by, your game got better and better.
Yeah, thank you.
I know you had to look back and relish some of the memories. What are some games maybe that stand out, or moments in CNU softball history that you were a part of?
Well, the biggest one would probably be when we Taylor Dillow hit the walk-off against Salisbury to put us into the next round. So of course that's one that I'll always remember. Unfortunately, I can't forget getting hit in the face my senior year in the regional tournament. So that was always kind of like a stink, but and then just we were very successful. So just winning in general is what, like when I think of CNU softball, I just think about winning.
Have you been able to keep up with the program since you graduated?
I do. Well, so obviously pre-COVID, I would try to come to a couple games, especially the ones that were local at like Mary Washington. But then as COVID hit, obviously I couldn't go see any games, but I would follow the CNU softball page, and I would look up the statistics of how things were going, and I would text Keith occasionally and see like, hey, I see you got a really good team this year and you guys are doing well. And then, so for the most part, I do keep up and see who's doing what.
CNU softball has had a traditional rivalry with Salisbury. You already mentioned the Taylor Dillow game, but it seemed like every year the games against Salisbury were just ratcheted up to an even higher level.
Oh, absolutely. Them and Virginia Wesleyan. Virginia Wesleyan wasn't such a big opponent in like my freshman year, but then as like each year went on, they got better and better. And so, each year I just wanted to beat them more and more. And then obviously same thing with Salisbury.
Well, Sabrina, it was a pleasure watching you over 4 years at first base for the Captains, and all those many plate appearances. You were a terrific player. Congratulations. Very much worthy of the Hall of Fame, and it's great to have you. And we look forward to an induction ceremony about a year from now during a basketball game back once we're back to normal from COVID. But for now, we'll do it by Zoom, and we induct you into the Hall of Fame. Congratulations, and we look forward to seeing you again soon.
Thank you so much.
That's Sabrina Hill, now Sabrina Perry, our newest member of the Christopher Newport Athletic Hall of Fame. And we hope you'll come back with us next Tuesday as we introduce a new member of this year's 5-person Hall of Fame class every Tuesday right here on CNUSports.com.